Hey guys, I'm Zormo and welcome back to part 2 of the bird entry for the Oldschool Runescape Slayer Encyclopedia. Today we'll be finishing the entry by covering the bird, the Chompy Bird, the Terra Bird, the Vulture, the mounted Terra Bird Gnome and the Oomly Bird. So let's hop right in with the normal bird. Now there are two types of bird under the normal bird. They come in the combat level of 5 and 11. They both have a max hit of 1. Neither of them are aggressive, they cannot poison you, they have an attack speed of 4. The lower level gives 5 Slayer XP and the higher level gives 10 Slayer XP, and neither of them are immune to poison or venom. There are 32 spawns for the level 5 birds all around Apatol and on Crash Island. You can get here by using the Mariam teleport after completing the Monkey Madness quest, or you can speak to Dayro in the Grand Tree to be transported to Crash Island. There are also 5 spawns for the level 11 birds inside the Nature Altar. You can get here through the Abyss or by entering the Nature... I can't say that word today, or by entering the Nature Altar on Karamja with a Nature Talisman or Tiara. These birds are actually blocked off, so you can only attack them with ranged or magic, so you can't bring melee there, unfortunately. Although these birds are airborne, they use melee attacks, so any combat style can be used for the level 5 birds. They are pretty weak as well, so just bring the best gear for whatever style that you want to use, and neither of these birds drop anything at all. That moves us on to the Chompy Bird. So Chompy Birds have a combat level of 6, they have a max hit of 0, they're not aggressive, they cannot poison you, because they can't do any of these things because they don't attack you, basically. They are worth 10 Slayer XP per kill though, and they are immune to poison and venom. So Chompy Birds can be killed after completing the big Chompy Bird hunting quest. You'll need a comp ogre bow or a standard ogre bow. It's recommended to use the comp ogre bow though, and then you can use either brutal arrows or ogre arrows, but you should be using the best brutal arrows you can afford to speed up the kills. I'd really recommend steel or higher. You can also bring the best range gear you can, as well as an Ava's device. Void range actually doesn't have any effect on the comp ogre bow, so you should prioritise ranged accuracy with your range gear, so D-hide or Armadale armour rather than void range. There are 2 areas in which you can use to kill the Chompy Birds. There's a pond east of the fairy ring code AKS, and then there's also the areas south of Castle Wars, which you could also get to by using the fairy ring code BKP. To get a Chompy Bird to spawn, you'll need to use Ogre Bellows on one of the ponds, and then use the Field Bellows on the toads that are hopping around the pond. You can then drop the toad in the area, and then Chompy Bird will spawn. An efficient way of doing this is to actually get like 24 bellows in your inventory, gather toads, fill the bellows, gather toads, then drop the toads, and then while you're waiting for Chompy Birds to spawn, keep collecting more toads, so you're sort of always doing something. You should also try and hit the Chompy as soon as it spawns, otherwise it can eat the toad, and then you'll need to place another one. If you hit the Chompy Bird first and it doesn't eat the toad, then the toad can actually end up creating more than one spawn, so it's a good idea to get that. That moves on to the drops. So Chompy Birds, when they're killed, you can then pluck the body and you will receive bones, feathers and a raw Chompy. After completing the Elite Western Provinces diary, there's also a 1 in 500 chance of getting the Chompy Chick pet. Also, other benefits of completing the Western Provinces diary is that you'll have an increased chance for 2 Chompy Birds to spawn instead of 1. So if you complete the easy diary, there's a 25% chance for that to happen, a 50% chance if you have the medium diary complete, and then a 100% chance when you complete the Elite diary. So that moves us on to the Terra Bird. So Terra Birds have a combat level of 28, they have a max hit of 3, they're not aggressive, they cannot poison you, they have an attack speed of 6, they give 34 Slayer XP per kill, and they are not immune to poison or venom. You can find 1 spawn near the entrance to the Stronghold Slayer Cave, don't use this one to kill them. There's also 2 spawns in the Tree Gnome Village Maze, again don't use this spot. Don't use either of these spots because there are 9 spawns in the pen on the west side of the Tree Gnome Stronghold, which is just a much better place to kill them, because you'll always have one to kill, you won't be waiting for anything to respawn. And to get there you can just use the Spirit Tree to teleport to the Stronghold, or the Slayer Ring to teleport to the cave entrance, and then just run west. Now these guys are a little bit stronger than the other birds that we've covered so far, so for low level players just getting into Slayer, you may need to bring some low level food such as salmon or trout. Mid to high level accounts will have no problem fighting these guys though, so you can just use the best gear you have for whatever combat style you want to use, and they only drop bones with the exception of dropping the Terra Bird wing at a rate of 1 in 4 if you are doing the Rag and Bone Man 2 quest. So let's move on to Vultures. Vultures have a combat level of 31, they have a max hit of 5, they are not aggressive, they cannot poison you, they have an attack speed of 4, they give 10 Slayer XP per kill, and they are immune to poison and venom. 9 spawns can be found across the southern end of the desert, north of Menaphos and Suffolum. Some Vultures are flying, and you can only kill those with magical range, but the ones that aren't flying can be killed with melee. But I just recommend bringing magical range so you can just kill all of them. You don't have to worry about what you can and can't attack then. They are a bit stronger than the other birds again, and they have a max hit of 5, so low level players may need to bring some food. You can also going to need to bring some water skins or some source of water, as they are in the desert, and you will take damage if you don't bring water. I wouldn't really recommend doing these for a Slayer task. They're a bit awkward to do, a bit in a weird location. There's better options there, but if you fancy killing some vultures, then that's how you do it. They always drop bones, and they have a 1 in 4 chance of dropping the Vulture wing if you are doing the Rag and Bone Man 2 quest. That moves us on to the mounted Terra Bird Gnomes. So these come in combat levels of 31 and 49. They have a max hit of 3 and 5 respectively. They are not aggressive, they cannot poison you, they have an attack speed of 4. The low level one gives 36 Slayer XP per kill, and the high level one gives 55 Slayer XP per kill. They are not immune to poison or venom either. 6 spawns can be found on the Khazar battlefield. You can use the spirit tree to teleport there. You can also find 15 spawns spread across the south side of the tree gnome stronghold. They attack with melee, and they're quite weak for their level as well, so they shouldn't prove too much of a problem unless you are a low level just starting Slayer. Again, just bring some food and use the best gear for whatever style you fancy using. And the only thing that these guys drop is bones. Which moves us on to the final bird, which is the Chompy Bird. So these guys are level 46. They have a max hit of 5. They are not aggressive. They cannot poison you. They have an attack speed of 4. They give 40 Slayer XP per kill, and they are not immune to poison or venom. 32 spawns are found throughout the entire Karazi jungle. You can get here by using the Feather Ring code CKR and then running south, or getting to Shiloh village, and then you can exit the village and go south again. You will need an axe and a machete to cut through the jungle plants to get into the jungle, and you'll also need to have started the Legends quest in order to kill these guys, unless you choose to range them, but this isn't recommended because it's going to make the task very, very, very slow, so don't bother doing that. Again, use the best gear for the style that you want to use here, and bring some low level food. Bring an emergency teleport as well, just because there are stronger creatures that roam around the jungle that are aggressive, and they may pose a threat to low level players. Chompy birds always drop bones, and they also drop a raw chompy, which can be made into an chompy wrap by combining it with a palm leaf and then cooking it. And that basically is it. That brings us to the end of the bird entry, which means that we have another interesting fact. So the interesting fact for this episode is that the Terra Bird is actually a real bird, or used to be anyway. It's now extinct. They were large carnivorous flightless birds, and they lived between 62 to 1.8 million years ago. They were actually the largest species of apex predators in South America, and they grew up to 10 feet tall, which is 3 meters-ish, which is absolutely terrifying, hence the name, I guess, Terra Bird. So yeah, in other news, guys, I did manage to actually get Twitch affiliate on Christmas Eve, so I just wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone that's been tuning into my daily December streams. I did take a little break over Christmas, but I'm back to streaming again now. Come say hello. You can find me on twitch.tv/thezormo. Streams have been starting anywhere between 7 to 9 PM GMT, and they can run till early morning, depending on what we're doing and how much fun we're having. Other than that, guys, thank you very much for watching this episode, and I will see you guys in the next entry, where we will be actually covering Black Demons. So look forward to that one. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching again, and I'll see you in the next video.